such a healthy box of fruit.
Oh, that's my breakfast.
That's a daily thing for him.
It's a daily decision. It's actually a daily
It's
decision.
really bad. Yeah, I rate that.
It's also an expensive daily decision because everyone in my house gets that every day. Obviously of differing sizes because I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. But yeah, I spend a lot of money on fruit salad.
Fruit is not cheap.
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying. Why is the fruit the most expensive? Why?
Because it's not subsidized like other crops in it. And then I just don't think they want us to be healthy, to be honest with you.
No, they don't.
What's so good in it? Alright, cool, we all ready?
You know what? Yes, I am, but that's the top topic I want to talk on today. Not like we'll get to it, yeah, but fruit. Actually, no, it's not even fruit. It's about they don't want us to be healthy.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it right now by talking about it, so I'll leave
I
it.
think we should talk about it. By the way, this is all staying in.
Okay, cool. Well, you think we should talk it right now? Talk about it right now.
Share your thoughts. Intrusive thoughts, innit? It's an intrusive
Do you know?
thought.
You lot might think I'm crazy, but recently I've just been obsessed with looking in the sky, like as in the chemtrails that they're just planting into the. Because you know what? Since I've been running recently, I've just been about. I'm doing a marathon. Yeah, so it's in 10 days. Well.
Actually, only decided like 6-7 weeks ago, but yeah.
Yeah, 8 weeks ago.
Oh, that's what you put on the email.
Yeah.
So I've just been looking up in the sky. But obviously, I've known this for years. Like there was one time I was just sitting down, and I was just thinking. You know, when you're just deep in life, I was thinking to myself, why is it that we're all under the same sky, but our weather is just like this, and the weather in St. Lucia or somewhere else is just beaming? Then I've thought to myself,
scientific explanation.
No, I know, but then but I know that that's far, yeah. But then I thought to myself, like, even for like places like France or Germany that are closer to us, we're in close proximity. So why is our weather so bad? They must be doing something in this little capitalist society that we're living in. They must be doing something.
AARP machines and that.
And I thought to myself, how do they predict the weather though? How does one predict the weather unless you make the weather?
Oh, that's important.
Unless you make the weather.
They say cloud formations, innit? But
then I just went on a deep dive trail of like, you know, what's it called? Like just theoretical stuff on like TikTok and stuff. And there was like, chemtrails actually exist. Heart machines actually exist. And you see them in the sky, and you see that after they've been there, like an hour afterwards, why is the sky grey now?
That's true. I'll be honest, I've started to observe that a few years ago, and it is true because I'm not like a mad conspiracy theorist, but I thought to myself, everyone talks about chemtrails, and then I did start noticing there was a week where I was like, oh, the sky's so blue, and then you'd see
chemtrails,
the thing left behind, and you'd be like, but was the plane supposed to do that?
No.
And then literally the sky would be grey.
Exactly.
Like within an hour. It was mad.
And the clouds don't look the same as they did 10, 12 years ago. They don't.
I haven't looked at that one.
I have to admit, this has never crossed my mind.
Is it?
But now I'm gonna go home and like tick.
This is what I mean. Like this is why I like.
The clouds are not the same. So what do you mean by the clouds are not the same?
As in, you look at the clouds are like, you know, when you look at the clouds and they're dispersed, like they're like, it's almost like a line that's been dragged out rather than a cloud itself forming. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a chemtrail that's just been dispersed, and it's
like
not
the clouds
even
are getting old, they're getting frail.
Yeah, it's not even
just
just the clouds. Yeah, I know I keep looking at the clouds, but it's not even just the clouds. It's what they're putting into the atmosphere, like the minerals that we're breathing in.
Do you think it could just also be a London thing? Because the London air is not okay.
I could think it could be a London thing, because you don't know why they could be putting chemicals in the air. It could be to save us. You never know. But I wouldn't give the government that benefit of the doubt. But like, that's just on my mind, innit? That's just on my mind. So sometimes I just be wondering why we place here. Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't we be somewhere else where there's clean air, clean water, and sun?
You gotta make it happen, fam. You gotta make it happen. That's the only way. Everybody, welcome to another episode of Daily Decisions. I am one of your hosts, Lewis Howell, joined by my phenomenal co-host,
Ria Stephen.
And today, we have a special guest who is making her first ever podcast appearance, someone who is a part of the 7PK family, just so you know, yeah? Do you get what I mean? Like, we connected with Shanice about probably, 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. Wow, do you get what I mean? Going back to our first time doing the Future Leaders program in partnership with the amazing Think Forward. And Shanice at the time was working for the Institute for Physics. And now has had a complete career change. She took it upon herself to make a key decision. Yeah, we talk about daily decisions, dominate one day at a time. Shanice made the decision recently to go on a phenomenal program and is now a tech babe. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? So she's now a tech babe. Yeah, she can code and do all them things. Do you get what I'm saying? So now Shanice is working as a software engineer at UBS. So Shanice, welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is going to be fun because obviously we're just here to have a conversation, have a good time, but of course ensure that everybody who is watching leaves here with some insight, some information, some thoughts in regards to how you can also make daily decisions that help you to dominate one day at a time as well. So with that being said, we've got a lot to dig into today. We're also going to slightly adjust our format just to make it focus even more on a specific topic. But we're going to start naturally with our game. So me and Shanice were laughing because I sent Shanice some recordings of our previous podcast, and she found it hilarious when Ria was it our last episode that went up, Ria? Or maybe 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, the one before that.
Yeah. Ria somehow assumed that
I just made a mistake, guys.
Ria thought D'Angelo was the child of Angie Stone, first and foremost.
And that he made the decision.
And that he made the decision.
To be the child.
Like, he was there. Have you not watched the Disney film Soul? Have you watched Soul?
You choose your parents in the womb, bro. You choose your parents.
You do, but in the womb, yeah. But what I'm saying is like, that's just hilarious. But yeah, so because of that, we're gonna play Guess Who, and Ria's gonna have to redeem herself now.
I'm gonna redeem myself. Do you know what it is? Now I feel nervous.
No.
You know, like when I've got the facts in my head, but I'm thinking, are they right though? I don't want to have to pick up my phone. I just double check.
I make sure remember that you have to be decisions.
Yeah.
Okay. This person. No, but that's too vague of a question. This person decided to kill themselves.
This is Amy Winehouse.
No.
Was that?
Did she even commit suicide?
No,
I made that up. I made that up.
Yeah,
My bad.
That was very close. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. This might not be a real person, you know. This could be a character from something. So let's just bear that in mind.
Okay.
Because Ria could be trying to throw us a curveball.
Do you know what it is? I feel like I should. Do you want me to give you some clarification on whether it's a real person or a fictional character?
I don't know if I want the clarification.
Okay, cool.
Like
Yeah.
But I kind of would appreciate it, but I also like the challenge.
No, challenge.
Okay, cool. So you guys don't know?
Yeah,
that's
no.
right.
Alright, cool. This person,
We should put a trigger warning in the video, by the way.
after they decided to kill themselves,
We really don't have a trigger warning.
decided to get plastic surgery to fake their death.
I've seen this. This is from a film or a show or something. I've seen this. Shoot, what is that again?
I ain't got a clue.
Do you want to give a guess?
Wait.
I won't give a guess. But
Someone pretends to kill themselves and then they go and... Yes. What is that show? Or is it a film? Okay, I need one more. I'm on the lines. I've seen this.
You're not on the lines.
I'm on the lines.
You're not on the lines. Okay, wait. This person recently decided to do an interview proving or trying to prove that they're not the person who they faked their death as.
Okay, I'm lost now.
I'm lost.
Proving they are not the person.
Yes. That supposedly faked their death because obviously they wanted to come back as a new identity.
The thing I want to say is crazy. I don't think you can reveal the internet.
Why?
I don't think it can still. It's going to hurt the hearts of the nation.
No, say it.
It will hurt the hearts of the nation. Because also that person couldn't have decided at the age they were when this thing first happened. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am lost.
You're one more. You got two more. You've got two more.
Okay.
Are we moving on to the next one?
Decided to fake their death, got plastic surgery, and then did a recent interview.
A recent interview?
Yeah.
How have I not seen this?
Anyhow, Ria says Tupac, I'm going to get that.
No. It's not
No,
Tupac. It's not
no,
Tupac.
no.
It's not Tupac. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
Right. This person had, well, according to the media, had significant connections with people like Trump, Ellen,
She's talking about someone from the
and
Epstein
Tommy
files.
Mottola.
This is the issue. I haven't read up nothing on the Epstein files. I should have. I should, because it's bad.
Did a recent interview
Yeah.
to say that they didn't.
That they're not who the person
They're
they
not
are.
who the person they are.
Yeah.
And they're
You're on the right lines.
and they're connected to Donald
Someone
Trump.
from the Epstein
Someone
files.
from the
and that.
Epstein
But I
files.
don't know enough about it. She's not, you can't tell me Jim Carrey.
I was thinking Jim Carrey.
But I was like, but Jim
he's
Carrey didn't
not.
fake his death.
No, he didn't fake his death, but that is definitely a clone, by the way.
Oh yeah. They
Not
cloned
Jim
Tyrone. Like
No,
Jim
no,
Carrey.
I grew up with Jim Carrey. That is not Jim Carrey.
No, it's not. It's not.
Anyways,
But he wouldn't be an Epstein's gaff. This is the issue. If I knew more about,
but it's not Epstein in general, because we would have.
Is he dead?
Seen, well, allegedly.
killed himself. It might be Epstein then.
Yeah.
You lot are right.
Yeah, it's Epstein. Yeah.
No, you lot was
I didn't know he was dead.
over that.
I didn't know he was dead.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was dead.
He supposedly killed himself.
When?
So I don't know, but
This is a
yeah. So basically, there's recently come out this guy. He's called Palm Beach Pete, and if you look at Palm Beach Pete, he looks exact like all that's pulled back is the hairline, and that's it. And it's a little bit more like slender, but they have the same tattoo. He recently just done an interview, and if you go back and compare it, like they have the same stutter. Like he was saying, and then you go back to his other interviews, and he's like, it's the same mannerisms, the same person. You can't tell me that that's not the same person.
I have not
He just
seen
got,
this.
but like he was just driving through, like, and it's like the best way is to hide in plain sight. He was caught in, I think it was Palm Beach, wherever, just cruising through, and then he found himself viral on the internet, and everyone saying to him, "Oh, Palm Beach Pete, why are they trying to say you look like Epstein, bruv? You are Epstein. Why are you trying to do that to us? You are."
How old is Epstein?
I don't know.
Old. Like
He's
Trump
older.
old.
Yeah, he's like,
is he Trump old?
I think he might be in his 60s.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, let's not say old like that. Even in their 60s, they're not that old. Let's not do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I definitely have parents that are that age now. Do you get what I'm saying? Well, my dad just turned 60, but still, do you get what I'm saying?
Oh wow,
So-
I've not seen that. Like I've been deep in Epstein files. I have seen a
Have-
picture of someone in America like look like him, and I've also seen a video of someone approaching someone who looks exactly like Ghislaine Maxwell as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. They got plastic surgery and they're just living their life. They're just living their life.
Nothing surprisures me.
These people
anymore.
are sick, you know. I'm not
These
gonna
people
lie.
are crazy.
It's
Nothing
mad.
surprises me. That would
No,
not
it wouldn't.
surprise me.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
That's a good one.
That
Wow,
was good.
you
Still,
started
yeah,
off
you did
quite,
well.
Someone had to redeem myself. I should have redeemed
known
myself.
because the other day Rio was in the office telling me about.
Ashley was
code
telling you
words
about
and that. She was
code
telling me about
words,
code words that
pizzas,
she-
grape
Oh,
soda.
Pizzagate. Apparently,
Yeah.
all the conspiracy theories are nearly on the money on that.
No,
as well.
genuinely, you know, like I usually am not interested in stuff, but the reason I went on a deep dive is because you see how it's just been hiding in your face
Yeah.
throughout your whole life.
I think you see Hollywood and all them places. There's stuff going on, man. Like I know people have been. I'm sure you've probably seen it. Sort of stuff going around about like the Oscars and like if you the acronym of what the word is and and like the fact that that in itself is a ritual and it's a bit mad, isn't it? But obviously I still support Michael B. Jordan because as far as I'm concerned,
He's
you did
doing well.
your thing, innit?
He's
You
doing
get what
well.
I'm saying? And obviously I still big up Ryan Coogler, everybody. But I'm just it is a bit.
You don't know
mad.
what's going on behind the scenes.
No.
You don't.
And it just makes me feel like even the Epstein files coming to light, what are they now trying to distract us from? What
Oh
bombshell
no,
are they
that's the
trying to
biggest one
plant?
for me. We're
Yeah.
being distracted from some. Well, what we were being distracted from was the fact that America were about to bomb Iran. That's really what we were being distracted. And now we're supposed to just take it in our stride.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? But there's way more things going on that we're just it's been.
I do think it's the start of like crumbling down of like what we thought was real. So like
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but growing up and watching like Oscars and BAFTAs and whatever, it was like it looked beautiful
Of
and
course.
glamorous, and now it looks weird,
Yeah.
seedy,
Strange.
and the visual you have of it now is like, so what are they actually doing?
Yeah.
What are they actually up to? Like you question everything now. So yeah,
Scary,
it's definitely
man.
starting to crumble.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
which I'm all for.
I'm not mad at it at all. Do you get what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, like they always say that the sign that a civilization or an empire is falling is when chefs and entertainers become the most important people in society, and that's where we're living now. Do you get what I mean? I think about how obsessed we are with like food videos on the internet, or just like chefs are just like huge, and that's what they say when we're
Consuming.
because we're consuming quite literally, but also that we are now feeding into gluttony and pleasure versus the development of our humanity, the development of civilization. So yeah, man, it's crazy times, and and the falling / breaking down of empire and civilization doesn't mean that we're going to go into straight revolt, but it just means there is a changing of the guard coming in it. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully that change will be for a good. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully,
I hope
we
so.
No,
just
but-
got to do our part.
That's relevant because I seen a video recently that said like society now there's no village here. Do you know what I mean? It's a very it's so individualistic that
Yeah, it's true.
you'd rather call an Uber and contribute to the economy rather than call your friend to pick you up from the airport. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no sense of community. Like, call a painter to come paint your house. Don't call your friends or your community. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, same thing.
Definitely been lost.
Literally.
Definitely.
Such a shame, man. Yeah, that reminds me. One of my friends, who I was best man for his wedding a few years ago, when he moved into his house with his wife, that was the thing. He was like, he called the man them, you man, we're painting my house. We are painting my house, and it's nice because now they got a child, and that it's like I can confidently say, yo, that paint on the wall in your child's room, fam, I contributed. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Lou, innit? Do you get what I mean? So yeah, no, it's good, man. It's good. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think of my word, guys. So Ria, I don't know if you have a word to describe your week.
I would say my word this week has just been, I don't know if this is a word, anticipatory. Like, just, I'm in anticipation, basically. Because obviously, like I said, 9 days away, my marathon's coming up. Just been trying to get in the last little bits of training. And trying not to push myself too hard as well. Because the last long run I went on, my fires, what are they called? Calves? Fire. They were on fire. But I was like 3k away from my house, and I thought, bruv, I said to myself, I'm going to do 20k today. I was ready to turn back home. And I said, nah, like, you know when you just have to push through that mental barrier? I ended up doing it, mash up when I came back. Like, literally the next day, I was written off. My legs were like, you just need to lie down and rest. And I think it's also making me think about, I might not be taking my recovery as seriously as I need to, in terms of like, after you've done a long run, are you having a cold shower? Are you stretching out properly? Are you staying in a position of stretch for a long time? It's not just about the run itself, it's about all of the other stuff that contribute to it. And also thinking about like just little bits of just like gear, like even the running vest I wear, like it does this on my neck when I'm running, which can be quite annoying. The socks I wear, sometimes if I don't wear the right socks, they'll slip off in my shoe. Like little things like that, thinking about how you can take and tweak little bits of your, I don't know what to call it, like your preparedness, do you know what I mean? All the elements that make up a good run, and making sure that you're following through. So yeah, just be in anticipation. I'm really trying to get my mind into the right frame because, bruv, you're gonna have to do it now. You've committed. You're gonna have to do it.
Once they say go, that's it, bro. You get
Exactly. And I feel like
the finish line is the only option.
I've said to myself, there's no way I can go above 5 hours. Like that would be embarrassing for me. Even though it is my first time.
I think take whatever time.
No, but do you know what it is? Based on my pace right now, I can do 4.5 hours. That's even with walking time.
That's good.
So I say to myself, that's what I want to hit. Do you know what I mean? Because right now I'm running about 20k in about 2 hours 15. So double that. Do you know what I mean? But it's like one of them ones, I'm not going to force myself to run the whole way because that might also result in some injury and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of things to think about that I wasn't thinking about before. How
hilly is the marathon?
I haven't even looked at the route yet. Okay. I just know I'm starting at Greenwich. I only got the route yesterday. Okay. So it's mostly flat road.
Okay.
But yeah.
Boy, that's it then.
This is going to be a big achievement.
A massive.
This is going to be such a big achievement. Like, I could not do it.
I know, like what? Ria said this at the end of February, actually. And then said I'm doing it in April. I said, are you okay? I said,
do you know what it is?
Because I heard people train at like 4 to 6 months minimum. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm someone that needs to hold myself, because I said to myself before I even knew I was doing a marathon, I wanted to start running again, and I felt like I needed something to hold me accountable to doing that running like properly. So yeah. Yeah, man. If you know the way you work, you just have to like set big goals and then force yourself to try and achieve them. Even if you don't, you'll come close. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But what about you?
One word a week. Yeah, Shanice.
Oh God, there's so many words.
Your teeth are so perfect, by the way.
I paid for them.
So you like to hear those compliments, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I got my money's worth now.
I do it. This week has been challenging, definitely. I would say there's been different things happening. There's been a lot of change happening around me, which has been quite unsettling. So trying to figure my way through that and trying to like calm my anxiety down, because you see when you see all these changes happening, you're like, oh my God, what's next? What's going to happen next? And then also, I'm working on a personal project as well.
Nice.
And kind of realizing it's very hard, particularly when you're doing it on your own, and when I've never created something before, when I've never created like a product or a business or anything. So that's been challenging to sort of figure out how to go about it. Like, who do I need to talk to? How much money do I need? Where can I get money from? So just trying to pull all that together, because I do want to create something on my own.
Nice.
But it is challenging. And then also,
and it's not something you want to share yet?
I mean, I can.
Okay.
I can share. So I'm actually creating an app to help people who menstruate or go through the menopause to align their nutrition and their fitness with their cycle.
This is fire.
Because I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like I've learned about the menstrual cycle, more about the menstrual cycle in the past 5 years than I ever done in school. To the point where, like, the week before your period or when you're on your period, I don't want to do nothing. I feel guilty about
Trust me.
doing everything.
Don't even talk to me about that.
So when I was doing some research, there was stuff like you could still do exercise, you could still do weight training, but just not lifting as heavy, or doing more steady cardio or yoga, or just something more relaxing for your body, and actually taking the time to recover. Because no offense, the world is created around a man's cycle.
It's true.
And we shouldn't be working. I know I shouldn't be working when I'm on my period.
No, that's facts.
I am the worst person to work when I'm on my period. I will be snappy. Like, don't tell me to do anything, because I will just snap. So there's just, and also with the nutrition, like, there's just certain things you need to eat to feel good, like particularly when like you just want to have chocolate or sweets or stuff. But actually there's some other things you can have that can help with that craving. So I'm working on that at the moment. There's just a lot of research I need to do. There's a lot of information about menstrual cycle, but there's barely anything about menopause. So I'm having to speak to, you know, people in my life, like my mum, aunties, just people that I know what they experience. And I think I've spoken to maybe about 5 people. They have completely different experiences. Like so different. And I'm like, wow, this is going to be hard.
And do you know what it is? I think it's as well, like, you're going to speak to so many different people, but all those people have different lifestyles, and their different lifestyles are going to affect their experience. So you're also having to now take into account different lifestyle habits and stuff like that, which will inform your decision making. What, like, how has that been though, getting the different experiences? Like, has that confused you? Has that given you more clarity?
A bit of both. I think it's also been quite scary, because I know it's going to come for me at some point. And you know, I've spoken to people who've been through early menopause as well, which is also quite a scary thing. But it's given me clarity in terms of there's things that you can do to help, like weight training. I spoke to one of my friends who's a personal trainer, and she said weight training is so important during your menopause because your bone density decreases. So it's good to keep strong and keep fit in that way. But also, it's just such a roller coaster. Like, you can have your good days, you can have absolute horrible days. There's some people who just coast through menopause and don't really feel anything. So like you say, you've got to take lifestyle factors into consideration. But I'm just big on fitness in general. Like, even if you're not doing it to train for something, or just like even like walking every day or something, because I think it's so good for your mind and for your body. So you can apply it to anything. But I'm in very early stages, so if anyone has any money to give me, like
no, we definitely can get you some money. There's definitely people out there that would invest in something like that, or want to fund that, or give a grant or something. So don't play, like, real talk.
What I need.
Yeah, man, put your hand in your pocket. Do you get what I'm saying? Because this is important. Because you're right. I think, like, you know, I've been trying to do. I mean, I'm not going to say research. That's unrealistic. But just trying to consume more content about that space, because even down to, like, obviously I grew up where, I'm sure she won't mind me sharing, but my sister used to have very heavy cycles when she was younger, do you know what I mean? To the point where I think she got to a point where she was wondering, does she have endo and stuff like that? And then, like, obviously I've got a couple of family members who do have endo, so I've learned more about it through that. And then I know, like, even even for my own missus, like kind of just how does she fare when she's might be on her cycle and stuff, and I know that I'm seeing more and more now about like the types of foods that are good to eat, and like you know what you could make someone or give someone, whatever. I don't know, my missus is the person who's like, I just want a chocolate. Like,
honestly, M&S cookies is me. I want all 5. You can't share with me. It is really hard, and trying to communicate that as well, like also taking into fact birth control, like that has a big effect on your cycle, and also later in life. This kind of why it came more to me was because I came off birth control, and I was trying to figure out my body again, like what am I feeling, like what do I need to do, and that's when I did a deep dive, and I was like, there's actually nothing. You've got your fitness apps, you've got your period trackers, but there's nothing that brings it all together. So that's what I wanted. Basically, I'm trying to create this for myself, tell myself, but when I speak to other people, they're like, I would love something like this.
But that's the best creation, because it's like, you know what
someone's going to use it
in there, not just the features you want. You've got benefit, and you're thinking about like what will actually serve the person, and it's like, obviously I'm speaking to someone who knows this inside out, but that's what human-centered design is, and do you get what I'm saying? That's literally what human-centered design is. So that's fire, man. Now we're excited still. I'm excited.
100%, and I will be downloading that.
That's it. You're gonna have to be an early adopter.
100%.
Early adopter, a little tester or something. But
I need some tested. So.
Yeah, for real. My word is direct. Oof. And I think it, you heard the voice note I sent this morning, Ria. Basically, I send the voice note every morning to Ria and Natalie in 7PK WhatsApp group. We try and all do it, to be fair, but I probably do it for the longest, because mine's go on forever and ever and ever. But mine will be like...
Luce is very thorough.
Yeah. Mine's like a good 10 to 15 minutes long, I'm not going to lie. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's from the time I turn on my ignition in my car, drive to the gym, and then by the time I've then changed and actually stepped on the treadmill, sometimes I'm still talking whilst I'm on the treadmill, running at a whole 12 kilometers an hour. I'm still talking. But I say that to say, I was saying it this morning, but I think this week I've been on a vibe of, I just need to be more direct. Direct with regards to what I'm liking and not liking when it comes to all parts of life, but even in terms of like professional, especially, I've had to be direct with people in terms of communication about where maybe things are just not meeting the standard that it needs to meet. That I've had to have someone who I would definitely classify as a friend and that I've worked well with, but it's just not executing at a high enough level or consistently enough on a particular project, and it's like, we're not going to be able to continue this. Do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like, I say direct as well, because when I think about income generation at the moment, I'm just like, hold on a second, I've literally got people who know the value that we can add, have said that they want to access that value. They're kind of like, I don't know, I would say taking their time to think about what they want to do. And I've just this week been on a vibe of phone my phone. Literally yesterday, there was an email I sent to one CEO and to someone who works for the civil service, who have been kind of floating with the idea of doing work with us. And I just literally emailed them and said, listen, when you get 5 minutes a day, here's my number, phone me. That was it. And I thought, this will test how much respect they have for me, because I know me personally, I'm not sure about you guys, if I got that email, I'd be like, I'll phone you when I'm ready. Don't tell me I have to phone you today. But the fact that both of them just phoned me, and I was like, oh, okay, appreciate that. And then I just had a very direct conversation. Listen, this is what's happening with this thing. This is what you're doing. As far as I'm concerned, this needs to happen, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, now we're at least getting that ball rolling. So I look at it and I go, being direct has been very important this week. Do you get what I mean? Because I think what I'm realizing more and more is I'm very considerate, but sometimes not being direct can actually end up becoming inconsiderate, because you didn't give feedback to someone early enough for them to make an adjustment. So what you've actually done is you think you're protecting them from feeling bad, but actually what you're doing is really giving them the opportunity to grow and develop, or to make the adjustment now. And when I look at it, what would I want someone to do to me if I was dropping the ball on something? I'd want them to be honest with me as early as possible so I can make the adjustment. And it's not that it's bad if they don't, but it's just that I can lead better if I'm more willing to give that feedback directly earlier, or to be more direct in what I think, how I think something should go, and not pussyfooting around. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's for me, direct. Do you get what I'm saying? I think when you're direct, a lot of uncomfortable conversations are inevitably going to come up. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, but they always have to be had, and it's like, on the other side of an uncomfortable conversation is a resolution, and the quicker you have the uncomfortable conversation, the quicker you can get to a resolution. But
you're trying to protect people's feelings in the process of that sometimes. But
Yeah.
even when you said about like picking up the phone and calling people, I think that's such a great tactic. Do you know? Not even a tactic, but it's like just a way of building a relationship as well.
100%.
Because sometimes like too many things get lost in translation over email.
Yeah.
And it's like you've tried to meet up with someone now for weeks, and then all of the things that you could have discussed just can happen in 30 seconds over a phone conversation.
There's someone I'm going to phone today, actually. Now that you said that, there's someone who's in the team of someone that I spoke to yesterday, who, when they mentioned that person is going around trying to speak to people on my behalf about this, that, I just thought, I just need to phone that person. When I was on Chemtrails today, I was thinking that. So when we finish this podcast, I'm just going to phone them. I'm going to be real. I don't even know if the number I have for them is their number or the number of the organisation they used to work for, but that number's getting called. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, well gone, you're alright. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, on a straight, you know what I mean? Actually, no, I know they still use that number. I know, because I'm in a WhatsApp group with them. Saying that, they're getting called today, they're getting called today.
Yeah, you have to, but yeah, man.
Alright, cool. Let's dive into this meaty topic now, because we've got things to talk about. So, this segment is called, is it The Outcome? I always forget this, yeah. This segment is called The Outcome, and none of us have spoken.
No, this is decision of the day. No, we swapped them actually, so yes, it is The Outcome.
It's called that. It's called that. It's called one of those two things. So, basically, I think this is going to be interesting how we take this, right? And this is also going to come down to how fast we edit and get this out, whether this will still be a hot topic or not. But I think one of the beauties of daily decisions is because of the fact that I want us to become, this is the word, the phrase I'm using, I want people to feel like they can come to this podcast to hear about the anatomy of decision making. This is where you come to see 3+ people go in on decision making. Not because we're talking about it just because it's gossip, but we're really going to break down decision making. We're going to provide critical thought, all of that, ask questions, etc. So even though we might not talk about things the day after it becomes a social talking point, the week after, it might even be a month later, but this is where you come if you know you want to really be able to sink your teeth into a proper discussion. So for those people who just like to listen to, like, you know, I'm going to call them pop podcasts, we're not the place for you. But if you want to come somewhere where you want to hear people talk, then this is what it is. So Wireless Festival is cancelled. As I understand it, tell me if I'm wrong, as I understand it, the Home Office have not granted Kanye West a visa, therefore he cannot headline the festival. Instead of replacing him, they've cancelled the whole festival.
They've cancelled the whole thing.
There's
wild.
So many things in there.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
First and foremost, just to kind of like, not trying to say that Kanye isn't a big part of that whole festival this year, but cancelling a whole festival over one artist.
Okay, but then Angel's Advocate, I bought my ticket because I wanted to see Kanye West.
Did you actually?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I said if I did, I bought the ticket because I wanted to see Kanye West.
Sell your ticket then, bro.
Why should I have to do that? Give me a refund.
Get a refund. I feel like, no, do you know what it is? I feel like Wireless should give out refunds for the people that want refunds. But regardless, you can still sell your ticket. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's still other people there that are got so many other artists that they would want to see. Do you know what I mean?
That's one thing. The decision that they made in terms of having Kanye for 3 days was very risky. That was a risky decision.
But do you think because they did it with Drake?
But Drake, difference with Kanye and Drake is Drake, it's very unlikely that Drake is going to have an outburst on the stage. Whereas Kanye, you don't really know what Kanye.
He's a loose cannon.
He's a loose cannon, and we can talk about also a different conversation that we know that he's got a lot of mental health issues as well, and there's a lot of things he's done in the past. But I do think while it was quite an arrogant decision to think that 3 days of Kanye West was going to fly, and I do think also. It was Pepsi, wasn't it, that they sponsored?
Yes.
There is no way that anyone in Pepsi didn't have any idea that Kanye was going to be headlining. And
no,
then
apparently they all knew, innit? Yeah,
they all knew, and then they made the decision to pull back because they saw the outcry of it. So I think whilst it was a very risky decision to have Kanye for 3 days straight, I think it was risky to not have a backup plan because now you're showing that you think that people are going to have this and be okay with this and not have a backup plan. There are so many UK artists that you can put on as a backup plan. Yeah, they might not be as big as Kanye, but I agree, cancelling a whole festival, Wireless, as big as Wireless is, not having
Crazy.
a backup plan if something goes wrong, because you should have a backup plan for any sort of event like that. Like, an artist could pull out last minute, an artist could be ill, or whatever it could be. I don't know whether it's because Wireless are kind of standing behind Kanye and being like, if you're not going to invite him here, then we're not going to have the whole thing, then fine. But I think it was a very risky decision to have him for 3 days straight and not thinking that there's going to be some sort of outcry.
This is why Shanice is a G, because I was like, when I talked about the anatomy of decision making, I was like, I feel like I want to show people how, because I'm very, I think I'm, what do they call it? Right brain, left? I don't know. I think it's very right brain, but I'm very linear in how I think, and I like things to be sequential. And so I just was thinking about this. I was like, would it work in the podcast though? But now you've just made me realize it does work because of how you just started. But I have this workshop I created, right, that I tend to do with young people, but it can work in general. But it's about how to make great decisions, and it's like 5 questions you ask yourself. And so I think we'll end up going through these. Hopefully it'll feel organic, but actually we could just be really intentional about doing it through this conversation. But the first one is, who am I working with? And that's what you've just done, is who am I working with? Kanye West. Think about archetypally, who is this man? And as you said, he's a canon at times, isn't it? Now, what I will say, I'm not sure if he's diagnosed or self-diagnosed, but from what I understand, not only is he neurodivergent, but he may have certain mental health issues. So I appreciate some of his outbursts could be linked to that. So we're not saying it to judge him and to say that he is in any way less than, or that he is a canon for the sake of being one. But actually, regardless, the truth is he does do things that are not necessarily going to be well representative of a brand that might want to maintain a certain image or be aligned to certain things. So you're right, there's a high level of risk that comes in booking him, especially given, until he did those shows recently in, was it Mexico and somewhere else? Until he did those, I don't think he'd done any shows for a couple years. So we don't even know what state he's in. And I saw a video the other day, which I didn't know if it was a prank or real, but I'm assuming it was real, where he was like, the show's on, and then he's like, yo, what are you doing with the lights, bro?
Yeah,
have you not seen that video? He's like, yo, what are you doing with the lights? Stop
I've
doing
seen
that. But people in the comments making me laugh, because they were like, bro, you literally have a song called All of the Lights. I don't understand why you're angry at the light man for shining lights when you have a song called All of the Lights. But anyway, but the fact that he's willing to do that in his own show, not even on a festival, in his own show, he's willing to get onto the lights man and all of that. You're right, there's a high level of risk that goes into that. But the other part of who you're working with, as you said, is our corporate sponsors. Now the thing is, they 100% have stakeholding. I'm sorry, but Wireless must keep them informed as to who they are booking as their headliner, because those corporates know 100% they are now aligning with an individual who is the face of this festival. Do you get what I mean? So the decision that goes into that, now, there's no way you're telling me they made a decision to not do good stakeholder communication. Stakeholder communication is the first thing you do if you're doing an event like that. So those stakeholders clearly saw, well, let me not say clearly, I wasn't in the room, but I'm assuming saw the benefit of having Kanye West there when it was first announced. I think they underestimated the public outcry. Maybe they bought into, because we need to talk about the rabbi apology, that part needs to come into this as well, but maybe they bought into the fact, that will smooth over the cracks, and thought, we're good here. So the decision making there of not thinking critically, who was in the room when those corporates had the opportunity to say, we're not sure about that one, or like, is that 3 days, maybe one? Who was in the room, in their own rooms or internally, before they were even in the collective space of all Wireless sponsors, to say, maybe this is not the best idea. Do you know what I mean?
There must have been someone in that room who said, are we sure about this?
3 days.
Yeah. What do you think?
I genuinely have no words, because I feel like you lot covered so much ground. But I do hear what you're saying, in terms of Kanye is a loose cannon, and I haven't personally seen a lot of Kanye over the past 2-3 years, just because I know that there's been a lot going on. So if you're gonna do that at your own show, and you're booked for 3 days of Wireless headlining, something could happen. Do you know what I mean? But I do think it's crazy to cancel a whole festival. Something that's been that's strong London culture. Wireless, that is strong London culture. And like you were saying in your voice note, Lewis, like all the local businesses that are being affected by, like some people buy their shops knowing that it's in Finsbury Park because Because they know across
But
3 days
wasn't
they're
Wireless- but
making
I thought
bank.
about this. Wireless was in Crystal Palace once or twice though.
It was, yeah. I think it
So
was.
those people in Finsbury Park were fuming them years.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but then they might have been thinking, well, boy, you know what? Hopefully something else will come here. But this is
It's
interesting.
a good location.
Yeah, I want to come back to those bits as well because I think there is a question that's like, where do we go next? But anyway, we'll talk about the where in a second. So the next question is, why does the situation exist? Why does the situation of the cancellation of wireless actually happen? Now, for me, this is interesting because we were all kind of alluded to it earlier. You really could put a different headline on.
Yeah.
So why is wireless not thinking they can do that?
This is what I mean. I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes that would make them have to make that
maybe the
decision.
whole festival was in disarray regardless. Like, because there's no way you cancel the whole thing.
This is what I'm saying. It's easy to replace a headliner. It's
Yeah.
easy to replace an artist, especially with like it's not like wireless is tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So
they have the time.
they had the time. So I'm thinking, is there something else that we don't know that we can't put into our decision making process because we're missing a gap, we're missing a piece of the puzzle?
Why would you cancel a festival?
You know, when they announced, was it Kanye West and friends? So they didn't have any other people in line.
I think so. Probably like the way Drake was. Yeah.
But also, who's Kanye West and friends? Because
Yeah, who
I
are
feel
your
like
friends,
he's burnt
bro?
a lot of bridges.
He has, but he brought out Lauryn Hill the other day.
I did see
so,
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did
But then
see
that could
that,
also
yeah.
just be Lauryn Hill's like, bro, pay me and I'm there.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Lauryn Hill, she gets to the bag, you
She
know.
does.
She then make sure she's paying those taxes because she did those 3 months in
Yeah.
jail. But that's neither here nor there. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I do find it hard to believe that they didn't have some sort of backup or something, or unless maybe they didn't. Maybe they don't believe UK artists can bring a crowd like Kanye could have. You know, at the end of the day, they want to make money. They want to make it bigger every year, bigger than the last year. Was it Drake last year?
Drake was last
So
year,
that's
yeah.
quite a big. I mean, people love or hate Drake, whoever it could be. Like that was a huge thing last year. And also, they've had years where they've had Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Like they've had really good lineups. So they have to make it better than last year. So I think maybe Kanye West for 3 days was them thinking, oh, this will
We're
be
outdoing
huge.
ourselves.
We're outdoing ourselves.
Well, maybe Kanye, he's too much of the goat that they can't replace him.
No, but okay. So I'm never gonna. Kanye's a madman, but
No.
musically, we know he's a
Yeah.
genius. There's no
Musically,
denying.
he's
Kanye
great,
West is a
yeah.
musical genius.
100%.
Like what he has been able to do musically is sensational.
Yeah.
And so we know that. But I think, see, this is what's interesting to me. Yeah, okay. You book Kanye West for 3 days. I don't know the cost of that. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's like 3 million. Naturally, I can imagine he would probably command. He could comfortably command $1 million a night, comfortably.
Yeah.
Because even Stormzy's commanded $1 million for a headline before for a festival. So maybe he might even be closer to like 6-7 million. Who knows?
Yeah.
So that costs that. If you can't replace Kanye, now I'm trying to think who is there now that because I thought of someone, then I went actually for the age group we're talking about for wireless that don't work. I was like, what, Mary J. Blige? No, that's not gonna work. Do you get what I'm saying? But I would go. If it's Mary J. Blige for 3 days, I'm over there. She's got enough music.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna book Mary J. Blige because the age group of wireless don't appeal to that. So I said, well, who is it really? So in my head, I'm like, well, maybe Kendrick then. But I don't think Kendrick comes.
He wouldn't do wireless. I'd be very surprised if Kendrick.
Why do you think he wouldn't?
I don't know. Is he a festival?
I was thinking that.
guy?
Has he done Coachella?
I don't think. Oh no, he did Glastonbury.
He did do Glastonbury, yeah.
But why? I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like he could. I feel like he would. You know.
I think
feel
he
like with the
definitely
run he's
could.
on, yeah.
He could definitely could. And I've seen Kendrick live, and he is. I was
I heard
so
he's impeccable. I heard
surprised.
he's impeccable.
Like, because you don't really. He's quite a cool person,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think he's going to put on like a big show, but the visions and stuff like that, he's so good live. So he could do it. I just don't know if wireless is the place for. I don't know.
I think he would. You know. I think, especially with this announcement, I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick did next year and just said, you know what, yeah.
Kendrick for 3 days would be sick.
But that's what I'm trying to say. I think he could do it on a
Yeah,
flex,
sick.
on a vibe of like, Ye couldn't get in the country. Drake's a joke, man, and that's what I think he's thinking. I think he's like, let me show you how to do this properly. I think Kendrick's got that bit about him where he'd be like, let me show you how to do 3 nights, innit? Don't let me bring out Scissor, bang, she's here. Do you get what I'm saying?
Doechii,
This is what I'm saying.
all of them.
When he brings them out, that's it.
he
It's
could do
over,
it.
and Kendrick's got the music to do it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like
he
his
does.
catalog's not even Kanye West level catalog, but it's enough in there where he's got enough projects and albums and whatever to do it. So I think Kendrick does it. But what I'm thinking is, if it was this year, because the only person I think maybe who's that level is J. Cole, and he's just dropped a project. So could you get J. Cole? Do you get what I'm saying?
I think he's done wireless before, hasn't he? Did he do
But what I'm
wireless
saying is
before?
3 nights.
Yeah.
but
The
he
3
could
nights.
do 3 nights.
I think he could do
definitely.
3 nights.
He
He's got
could-
enough
he could
music
do
and he's
3
done
nights.
enough collaborations to do it. Do you get what I mean? J. Cole might even have a pool where Jay-Z steps on that stage. I'm not gonna lie.
Insane.
I was gonna
True.
say
That
he
would
might
be
have enough
insane.
pool to do that. Do you
Yeah.
get what I mean? Like on a quick one. Especially because Jay-Z's just done or doing the stadiums. I think it's 30 years since Reasonable Doubt, 25 years since The
Yeah,
Blueprint.
yeah.
I think J. Cole does wireless and Jay-Z says, just so you know, he's cold, but I'm the GOAT. Anyway, bye now. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that can happen. But as I said, I think, because you made the point earlier, Shanice, about the UK artists. I don't think there's a UK artist that does all 3 nights. I mean, if Stormzy had more music, I think he could do all 3
Arguably,
nights.
I think he could. Yeah.
I think Stormzy could do all 3 nights.
I think he could. He's
I
great
also
live
think-
as well.
Yes, and I also think, okay, to be fair, Dave's only got 3 albums,
He could do 3 nights.
but he could do 3 nights because he could do a
3
night per
nights.
album.
Yeah,
He could do a
100%.
psychodrama night, a We're Alone in
He
Together
could.
night, and then a
He
Boys Who Played the Harp night, and that's
He
it.
could.
And then Drake's also got the mixtapes from before and the EPs from before. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Dave could do all 3 nights, but again, maybe they're not. But I think. What better time? Like he did the album end of last year. He hasn't had a festival since that album. So what
been on
better
tour
time?
as well.
He's been on tour. His tours was
Yeah.
going mad. Apparently,
Yeah,
I didn't go,
yeah.
but
It
the
looked
videos
amazing.
looked phenomenal.
It looked amazing.
I'm like, bro, you give Dave, give Dave all 3 nights, and you've got
Yeah.
it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't even really listen to Central C like that, but I imagine he could do.
He could do 3 nights. 100%.
Okay.
I'm the same as you. I don't really listen.
I was thinking that, but you know what? I was thinking like for the age group, it could work. But like just thinking about personally, I wouldn't be appealed by the fact that it was Central C headlining.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So that's
Yeah.
why I was thinking, if you don't give a UK artist all 3 nights, you could do 1 per night.
Yeah.
Stormzy, Dave, Central C.
Then that's
Exactly.
it. That's your 3
Boom.
nights.
There you go.
You
So-
know what I'm saying?
they-
Or you do a Dave, Central C, and then the 3rd night they share it.
Yeah.
But do you know what it is? Like us saying all of this, like rationalizing it like this, they 100% would have done that. Wireless
Yeah,
team
yeah,
would
yeah.
That is
100% would
which
have
is
done
why
it.
you make a good point, Ria,
Yeah.
because then it goes back to the why. Why do you cancel it? I'm trying to literally
Yeah.
think about why do you cancel it all together? I think there must have been things going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of that made
I
it,
think so.
it put it in jeopardy. Full stop. So, for example, maybe there was some sort of stipulation in contract somewhere that if the brand ever went into disrepute, or if maybe they booked someone who could potentially be seen as controversial, that could have done something about the license for the particular park it's going to be. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't-
But
Maybe it's the
something-
fact that they tried to headline Kanye in and of itself. Maybe like
Is that enough to cancel the whole thing?
I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to. Maybe they're trying to stand behind Kanye and be like, well, if we can't have Kanye, then we're going to cancel the whole thing. That could be a thing where they're.
Who's
and-
behind Wireless again? Because it's not a UK based.
No, I
Right,
can't
is it-
remember, but I know the guy
is it Live
spoke
Nation?
out. I think it might be like I can't remember.
If it's Live Nation, then it makes sense. Yeah.
But
yeah,
I do
yeah.
have a question on decision making with wireless in particular, because I don't know if you noticed, particularly over the past few years, there's been a lot of American artists
A lot.
headlining.
A lot.
When we have such a big pool of UK artists, that like
Yeah.
we just spoke about, Stormzy, Dave,
100%.
Central C, we've got so many people that could do it. Why do you think wireless are constantly bringing these American, and I'm not mad at it because I love the American artists, but why are we not showcasing the UK artists more in the UK, particularly
Do you know
in
what?
London-based?
I think it's more of a like. So if you think about Coachella, right? There are a few UK artists. Like I'm just thinking, like even like Disclosure,
Yeah.
like that have
Do they
gone.
headline though?
They don't headline, but just
They
being
do,
invited, just to, do you know what I mean? It's some culture is being shifted from UK to America. So here, I feel like they don't care that it's UK. They just want artists that they know people are gonna come and see. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I think, because I'm trying to think about Wireless over the years. Has Wireless ever really gone out of its way to make a platform for UK artists as headliners, or has it only ever been like, okay, UK artists are on the bill, or UK artists are Pepsi stage? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus main stage headline. So I'm assuming if Wireless is Live Nation and or an American brand that's linked to it, even if it is a UK base, but maybe they are a subsidiary of an American kind of like events company or whatever. I think that's what it is. But also, I just think culturally there is still this mindset, right, that like American artists are just bigger and can pull a
Yeah.
bigger crowd, and maybe people think, oh, it's more novelty because they're never going to get to see those artists because those artists are never here. So, but
True.
that decision making to me is not progressive, because again, mission. What is the mission of their brand? Maybe their brand doesn't have the mission that we're hoping they have, which is to advance and platform talent from the UK. If they had that mission to say we're going to advance the UK music industry, they would say let's platform them. Do you get what I mean? Let's put Stormzy on the same level as a Kendrick. Let's put Dave on the same level as a Drake. Because we should be able to do that. And we're seeing these artists can now sell out all around Europe, all around the world, and actually some of them are starting to do even better in terms of tours in America now. Like Dave's got strong tours in America now. Little Sims has done good tours in America.
Little Sims can do it there.
Little Sims can comfortably do it, and she will smoke it. Little Sims will probably be the best night.
She would.
Of everyone we've named,
100%.
she would. I think she'd have a better night than Stormzy. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I think she'd have a
agree.
better, because Little Sims is so versatile. She was going there and start DJing and all that. She's a mad one. Like she's too cold. Do you get what I'm saying? Clear Soul could have a night. Clear Soul could have a night, guys.
Artists, I don't understand. There's so many artists.
But even if you really want to go down that road, draw for an Adele, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Draw for an Adele and it's over. Do you get what I'm saying? She's standing there flat-footed. She ain't moving.
No shoes on.
Never mind, I'll fly. Right from there, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? And then
Shouldn't even walk across the stage.
Go from singing the most beautiful power ballad to that. You guys alright? Yeah, everyone alright? You know what I mean? Adele's going up there and
I do it, loves.
Do you get what I'm saying? And ain't she from Tottenham? Like, stuff her in there, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? That's her patch.
I would 100%
Do you get what I'm saying?
like,
So
just for that night, I would
come on,
100%.
man. Do you get what I mean? Like, so that's go on.
There has to be no. I really would like, because now we're rationalizing it. There has to be a deeper reason.
I think there is.
And
I think there is.
yeah,
There's something behind
we're
the
not gonna
scenes.
know. Wireless, if you're watching this, which you may not be, but you will be one day. Drop in the comments. Why did you cancel your show? Please tell us why you cancelled your show.
So this is it. So now we're into that third question of like, okay, we've explored why. So where and how can action be taken? So we've kind of started to talk about that in regards to who they could have replaced with and stuff like that. But I just want to talk about the where part, even though it's technically not about where we take action, but the where is important because Ria, you made a fantastic point. So let's think about the economics of a festival in any area. So I understand that they have to pay a large amount of money to Haringey Council to host that festival in Finsbury Park. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's a 7-figure income for the council. On top of that, as we know, same as like a Notting Hill Carnival, well, not the same, because Notting Hill Carnival was way bigger, but like same as like having any sort of event, the local shopkeepers are making good money that weekend. There's defo wireless prices. What? You buy a Twix, that's £3, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? The M&S cookies, they're going mad that weekend.
I'm just thinking about, because obviously I'm local to where Wireless is, so I'm thinking about the shops on that strip. You have like your, the Sam's chickens and stuff like that. Then you have a little KFC. Then there's one little Caribbean spot on the corner. Then you have Tesco. Even Tesco, one time I went Wireless. I don't even want to talk about the one time I went Wireless. Can't lie, I got spiked. I didn't see no one. I had to go home.
Oh my day.
But before, when I went into the Tesco, it's all barricaded up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're having to ask people for what you want. Yeah. And that type of like, it's like carnival. Do you know what I mean? But in one specifically concentrated area. So everyone's going to be doing up airport prices. People are happy to go to work on that weekend. Do you know what I mean?
Because also, like at the end of the day, they might get paid a bit more that weekend. Who knows? But definitely, that's income loss for those local shopkeepers. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, and then also for the people who would have just got to work that event, like the stewards and the security and the AV people.
It's
and
like a domino effect, right? Like
bar staff and people who stock the bars and all of those
food
things,
vendors.
Like food vendors. Some food vendors are making about 10k that weekend. That might
toilet hire.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying, but that might be, like all of us have got someone we know who has a small food business. They're like, yo, if I could ever just get to do a wireless, and this might have been the year where they finally got their license. They like I don't know, I'm just making this up, but I wouldn't be surprised. I probably do know people like this, but a friend of mine who has like, I don't know, a vegan Caribbean like pop up, and they're like, yo, I'm finally getting to do wireless, and the year is cancelled. And in their mind, they put all their money into getting that license, and then on top of that, they're thinking, yo, that's gonna fund the holiday, the family holiday that my auntie said we're going on this year, like now for wireless is gone. Yeah. What do they do? Oh, it's mad. Bro.
I really hope, we don't know the specifics, but I really hope wireless has done something to help those small businesses because like you say, they've put a lot of stuff on the line for that weekend, for those 3 days and everything leading up to it and the planning of it. So I do hope wireless is in some way, it's like, okay, we know it's cancelled, but here's how much you would have made that weekend or something, because I'm like, wireless, you got money, so you can do that. But I don't know. Like even talk about small businesses. When I went to see Beyonce at Tottenham Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur, when I'm walking down the street to the stadium, all the small businesses that were there, was a lot of Caribbean places and all of that. So many people were going to these shops, and I'm like, this is a concert.
Yeah.
And these businesses are making a lot of money on that night. If that would have been cancelled, like, what happens?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Holy for Jack Chicken just getting Dashway now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What? Yeah,
all that prep for it to be cancelled. Yeah, I don't think that's another thing. Like you say, it's the cancellation. We talk about the artists and stuff, but yeah, it's the other people who work it. You know, you got people maybe coming home for summer from uni or whatever, and this was their summer job or something like that. Because
people fly in for wireless.
Yeah.
When I went on,
imagine they booked their flights already.
No, they have.
Yeah.
That
non-refundable.
When my the same year, so I mentioned one friend whose wedding I was best man of. That same year, I was best man of another friend's wedding, and when we went to his stag in Madrid, I met a guy called Greg. Yeah, big up my guy Greg. Greg is I want to say, he's got French heritage on one side at least. He's from the States though, can speak Spanish. This guy is just like, in my head, he's like the ultimate Gallus, because this guy, yeah, bro, like, can speak Spanish, French. He lives in America. He loves like going to like, where does he like going? Dominican Republic, Colombia, all these places, right? But Greg goes to me, yo, bro, like, I'm coming wireless this year. Like, I'll link you in London. I said, oh, bro, Joe's mad. When wireless is on, I'm going to be at one of my friends' stag, who's one I was going to be best man of. But he was coming wireless, and so I was thinking, okay, to be fair, this was a little bit later because we went to that stag in May, but he'd already booked his flights. So he might have been booked from April, March even, knowing I'm coming London in July. So yeah, what about those people who booked their flights to come London for wireless, and the airline's like, what do you mean, bro? There's no refund, fam. You can move the date.
And they're like, oh, so we're just on a trip to London now. Gonna have to be doing up tourists. Do you know what I mean?
So this brings me to my question. So where and how will we take action? This brings up something that you might have seen as well online. I watched a clip of, I'm assuming this podcast comes out on Sunday, the next Winners Talking episode, but I saw a woman, her name is Trina, I think she's on the RTM podcast as well, but she apparently had suggested the idea of like, why don't we put on our own festival? Do you get what I mean? And then like, also, I know Ambush was the one that then posted a thing that went on across the internet and went viral and whatever, and she's supposedly saying Ambush took her idea, but then it's like, how can someone really take her idea? Someone could have had that idea a long time. We don't know, innit? But the long and short of it is, he posted up a flyer. I don't know if you lot saw it. I might even bring it up. Basically, Ambush, yeah, the rapper, he posted up a flyer for an example festival called Our Thing. So he called it the OT festival.
I have seen this.
Yeah, and he had like basically the whole world, bro, on this thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and on a vibe of like, why couldn't we do it ourselves? So I guess my question is quite literally, why couldn't we do it? I'm not going to find this, am I? Do you get what I'm saying?
My cousin.
I'm on the shade bar like I've ever been on here before, because I know it was posted on here, but it's like, how am I going to find it on here when like, this is like the most, it's a bit overwhelming. Maybe he posted it on his own. That's what I should have done. Yeah, he probably posted it on his own, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But I say that to say, yeah, what stops like a load of UK people? Okay, there it is. So he's got as headliners Drake, Central C, Dave, Stormzy, and D Block Europe. Yeah.
AJ Tracy Skepta. Yeah.
AJ Tracy Skepta, H Fredo as almost like, I'm guessing, just under that, so to speak, headliners.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know how you afford this festival. This festival is going to cost £100 million. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway.
I said £100 million.
No, because real talk, Drake, Central C, Dave, Stormzy, and D Block Europe, that automatically is
$1 million.
No, that's 10 mil, I think.
Yeah.
That's 10 mil right there.
Yeah.
Because Dave, Stormzy, comfortably $1.5 million each. That's $3 million. Drake, 5. Central C, calm, $2 million. Do you get what I'm saying? D Block Europe, 1.5 as well. So by the time you do that, you spent like 13 mil on just your headliners. Then AJ Tracy Skepta, H Fredo. I think, okay, Fredo said on his most recent Fire booth that he'll take 80k for wireless. So let's just say, yeah, let's just say those ones are, I mean, I think Skepta's 200. I think AJ Tracy might be a calm 1/5. H is 100, Fredo's around 100. So that one there might equal up to about another 700k. Then you got G Street stage, he's got Potter Paper, Digger D, 9s, Trap, Blade Brown. Enjoyment stage, he's got Burna Boy, J Hus, NSG, Naira Marley, Rema, and Mostat. Yeah.
Bye.
And then Ram stage, he's got Gigs, Scraps, Tion Wayne, and Russ Millions.
My gosh.
And then he's got Eskimo stage, Wiley, BBK, Stepta, and JME. The original stage, Super D, Pioneer, Cold Step 704. That's a serious stage, you know. Sweet One stage, Georgia Smith, LMA, Mahalia, Ray, Summer Walker, and Thames. I'm over there.
That's where
I'm over there. What? And Thames.
All day.
New Kid stage, Nems, SD Kid, plus more. Cultural stage, Vibes Cartel, Movado, Popcorn, Skilly Bang, Spice. Beanie Mansion, CR Busy Signal, and then Cool Kid stage, Little Sims, Nuts, Low Kana, Any, and more. This is a serious lesson.
If he can make that happen.
He can't make that happen. No disrespect to Ambush, respect him, but he can't make that happen.
But why? No, why is he posting that then? Getting all hopes.
He just slapped up an AI flyer,
No,
bro.
because I looked at that and I said that looks AI. But can I see that? Sorry, because there's no way.
Let's not forget, by the way, we're talking about it like there's no big festival. DJ AG's really doing a festival on the 25th of July, guys. So let's just pick up DJ AG. He's doing a whole DJ AG's doing a festival.
No, can we just talk about how Miguel was down there the other day?
Aye, Miguel!
No, can we just...
What clip did I see?
It's okay. I didn't want to see Miguel anyway, bro. I didn't want to see him anyway, man.
He's so smooth.
Miguel is so smooth. Nah, AG's got a festival. Hold on. Yeah, his festival's got a strong lineup.
AG Fest.
Yeah, where's his festival now? Okay, AG
I
Fest.
love his growth.
No,
so much time.
The way he's come up is insane.
Where's
Like,
the full flyer? Where's the... Anyway, look, here's some of the people. So, Alison Hines, Baby Sham, DWE, Diani, Devlin, Errol Reed. He's got a good lineup, man. Do you get what I'm saying? Daniel Bedingfield. He's really like, it's eclectic. Do you get what I'm saying? Doneo, Frisco, Funky D, Kyla, Malika, Maxi Priest. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's
good.
really like catering for everybody. Even Trini Boy Juicy's on the lineup. Go on, Trini Boy. But yeah, so he's really like
that's good one.
Catering for everyone. But I say that to say, okay, so there's no wireless, but you have got AG Fest, for example. But I heard someone saying like, apparently D Block Europe do their own little festival, but in other countries, but they've never done it here. So someone was like, why couldn't they do something? Do you get what I mean? But would that not necessarily be the right fit? I don't know. But yeah, like could something else have been put in place of the wireless on that weekend? 100%. Or do we just all get behind DJ AG now and just support it?
Yeah, DJ AG, definitely.
No,
I mean, now I don't rely on wireless.
No,
it's cancelled.
No, we can't for this year, obviously.
No.
We can't for this year.
So you don't think nothing could be put up in time to replace it?
I don't, I feel like we've got AG first.
Second weekend of July.
3 months. No, I'm not gonna lie. These things take serious planning, They really take serious planning.
Do you know what I thought? I thought Vibes Cartel should just do Freedom Street. I thought he should just slap Freedom Street in England. Like, I know he's doing Malta and that in September with Movado and that, yeah. I love it because
it's just mad.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, I think if Vibes Cartel slap Freedom Street on that weekend, that's it, I'm being real, like, I think it's over, like, everyone's over there. Or Usher and Chris Brown just released that they're doing a tour, yeah? I think if they just said, we're doing that over that weekend, that's going to be our UK dates. That's when it's over. Usher and Chris Brown are doing a tour together. I'm not going to lie, you don't might see me book a flight for the States because I've seen all the dates are just States. They haven't booked no Europe dates as yet for this calendar year.
They will.
This calendar year though.
This calendar year they've not.
They put all the dates from now till November and it's all in the States.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm going to chat to the missus in it, but Atlanta might need to see us.
I said Atlanta might need to see us.
Yeah, me and her might have to just go to Atlanta and just be, what? Usher in Atlanta? And then Chris Brown definitely gets love in Atlanta. I'm over there. What are you talking about?
Lewis loves Atlanta,
No, I do,
loves
because
Atlanta.
it's cold. But I'll say to our missus, listen, we got a choice in it. We can either do the Atlanta show. I'm not going to lie, I'd go New Orleans. Do you get what I'm saying? I've never been to New Orleans, and so I think that would be a vibe. Yeah, I'd be over there for New Orleans. I wouldn't be mad at a Vegas. Do you get what I'm saying? Chicago can see me. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's some places that don't fight me over there, bro. But anyway, yeah. So I thought, yeah, if it wasn't Freedom Street, I was thinking Usher and Chris Brown could do something. Do you get what I mean? But
they definitely could, and that would sell.
That would sell. In fact, I don't think 3 days would be enough.
No, that would be gone in.
And I think you'd only be able to get 1 day. I don't think you'd be able to get 3 days. You'd have to get 1 day tickets. Because what is wireless? 50k in it. If their thing is stadiums alone, so I think they do 5 nights at a stadium. So I don't think wireless is enough.
No.
If wireless is 50,000 people, that's only 150,000 people. That's not enough. Because if they're going to do, let's say they did Tottenham Hotspur, which is what, 80,000, I want to say.
I
think they do that 5 times. That's 400,000. I think to get even a ticket for them to do what, they'd have to do it all week. They'd have to go Monday to Sunday. That's the only
they
thing.
actually would. No
They'd
rest.
have to do it all week, Monday to Sunday.
There's no rest for the wicked.
That would be a stadium. Yeah, Chris Brown and Usher in Tottenham Hospital. Yeah, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
This is deep. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So the next question in the process, and we've got to bring this to a close soon, is normally when will you take action? Which obviously in an ideal world, if you're talking to people who is in like a coaching setting, you say you need to take action right now. But obviously what's good about this is we can talk about, when could action be taken over a sustained period of time. So let's think, let's say we have to do this, but I'm going to pose this as, if we thought about this in the context of, let's say, wireless making a comeback, right? Because we don't know what level of trust has been broken with your patrons, people who are consistent wireless goers, people who, are consistent festival attenders, whatever it may be. You've broken a sense of trust with your patrons to some extent by making this decision, right? So when do they start to rebuild that, and how? What can they start doing? Are they confident enough to say, we'll just wait till next year, early spring, and just say what we're doing for wireless next year and everyone will come again? Or is there more that needs to go into this in terms of the public appeal? But then similarly, how do you rebuild the trust with the Home Office? How do you rebuild the trust with Harrogate Council? Do you know what I mean? Like, what does that need to look like for them? When do they need to start putting down those building blocks?
Now.
Okay.
Absolutely now. Because...
And in what way?
I think it's a bit of both public and private. So because this was so public, there needs to be public things happening. So people need to see you making these decisions. Like, I don't know, releasing statements and stuff like that of what you're going to do next year. And then also behind the scenes actually speaking to businesses, speaking to the Home Office, like having those conversations, because like you say, trust has been broken here, particularly with not just wireless but also Pepsi as well. Like,
of course.
You can't tell, like we said, Pepsi knew,
of course.
So the conversations need to start happening right now, and they need to start making plans and a sort of a roadmap of how they're gonna bring wireless back next year and what that looks like.
If you ran wireless, what is your roadmap? Give me like what happens at different stages over the next, let's say, 12
First of all,
months.
they need to, I don't know whether they have, but they need to put an apology statement.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if they have they.
I'm not sure.
They just need to put out a statement, full stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been no acknowledgement of what's happened. Do you know what I mean?
I think you're right. I think more apologising. I think because they just cancelled. I think they only just cancelled it, and then there's been no apology to the businesses, to the fans, to the people who were hired to work there for that weekend. So I think you're right. I don't think there has been a public apology.
And it's like, are people getting refunds?
No, they're going ham. What, one post on their whole Instagram? Now, as a result of the Home Office banning Ye from entering the United Kingdom, Wireless Festival has been forced to cancel. All ticket holders will receive an automatic full refund.
Yeah, no apology.
That's the statement.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry guys, sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah.
The first comment is a friend of mine. He's put, question mark. Because that's the thing. That is what you answer to that.
No, but what are the majority of the comments saying?
That's a good point. Yeah, let's have a look. But I want someone to break down that roadmap. So we've got 12 months until, let's say, we're this time next year. 15 months until you'd have the next wireless based on what's happened. What is your roadmap? If you run wireless, what is your roadmap from April 2026?
I think what you were saying in terms of, like, they need to make sure that their relationships with their stakeholders is patterned. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, if it's not, and that thing we were talking about of us not knowing what's going on behind the scenes is happening because of their relationships with the people that are required to make this happen, you're not going to have another festival if you're not chatting to the Home Office, if you're not chatting to Harrogate Council, if you're not chatting to the vendors, or even the people that are helping your festival run. Do you know what I mean? I think after that, you're sorting out your artists for next year and making sure they have a visa to get in the country, bruv. I don't know, what would you do from then?
I think because they don't announce the headline until like a few months before, right? So I think they need to probably do that a bit earlier.
Yeah. But I feel like last year they started talking about Drake early.
They did. I think maybe they did, but I think Drake was. I think it was more the other artists that they were confirmed. So I think Drake was definitely confirmed for 3 days, but there was like I think there was one that was Drake and Friends, and people were like, who's that? Drake and Amanda.
Drake and Amanda.
Like, who's this?
Yeah, but then didn't Vibes Cartel let the cat out of the bag, innit? Because remember when he came out and he was like, yeah, man, we walk for the wireless with Drake and that. And people were like, so what, Drake's doing wireless? And it was like,
I think maybe that's why they were earlier.
They had to announce it,
Vibes
Vibes just get the cat out of the bag. My man came out of jail like, yo, my air people, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, Vibes, you can't just go and tell everyone what's going on, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
he said, sorry, I've been inside for too long.
I forgot the Drake shouted me. As soon as I stepped out and breathe fresh air, Drake shouted me, I want you lot to know, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like,
he said, I want you lot to know I'm alive and thriving.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
We booked already.
So booking earlier is important. I think those conversations with your current sponsors and potential sponsors, I think those meetings start happening again, as you said, from now. I think, going back to the bit about the UK bit, Mobo might say that they're stealing their flow, but I think they start doing something similar to what the Mobos do and start thinking about pouring into local talent, like maybe some sort of like community-based program, some sort of like talent development program, something like that. They maybe even do something along the lines of like start funding or partnering with some colleges in the local area around like event management courses and getting young people to learn about that and how to plan festivals and whatever. Maybe they also create like a special kind of stage that is just for like, you know, run by local talent or something. I think they do that, but then in terms of doing that in a roadmap, is that has to start now. You put the building blocks down now, especially if you're going to engage with educational providers, so you can start something maybe in September, for example. Do you get what I'm saying? Shameless plug, but I'm sure 7PK can help with some sort of community engagement part of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Some social mobility work, we're definitely involved. So wireless, if you want to chat, shout us, because we can help you do that. Do you get what I'm saying? We'll help you partner with the right educational institutions to get the right qualifications for the young people, but all of that can run. But I say, I think they do that in order to be able to try and rebuild trust with the local community and those based in London and the UK. I think, as you said, they start talking to their sponsors from now about what some of their decision making is going to look like, and they keep that super transparent. I think they have an open flipping Trello board, Monday board, whatever they use, and just say these are all the considerations, and they make that CRM system super, like, this is who we're talking to, this is why, this is where it's at. People can upvote, downvote, you know what I mean? Whatever they need to do, I think they need to do that from now. I think they come, I've kind of covered what happens now to September, but I think come December, they've confirmed their headline and they thought about the rollout of that, and they thought about the potential implications of booking that headliner through a proper, you know, sort of like due diligence process much better, because at the end of the day, you didn't do your due diligence on what would have stopped Kanye West. I think they even rebuilt their whole due diligence process. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff they need to do, and also I think they have also broken a lot of trust between communities that Kanye has offended.
That's it.
So that's another thing that they need to do. They actually need to, I think this is more private conversations, to be like, taking accountability for what they've done, because at the end of the day, Kanye, whatever we can say, Kanye, you know, like we said, he's got mental health issues and all of that, but there's a lot of damage that has been done, 100%. A lot of bridges 100%. That have been burnt, and not just with the Jewish community but the black community as well. Agreed. He said some crazy stuff, and his actions have been like some crazy stuff as well. So when you align yourself with someone like that who has hurt a lot of people, it's like you're aligning with their views. Agreed. Whether Kanye believes those views or not, whether it's, you know, an outburst or whatever it could be, like you say, whoever was going to be the artist performing with Kanye on that bill, it's like you're aligning with his views as well. So I think Wireless also needs to build trust with the communities again. And I also think Wireless next year, I think it has to be pure UK artists. Respect. That's my personal opinion, because I think because it is in the UK and we have so many artists, it doesn't have to be, you know, rap or whoever we've got. It could be, like you say, Adele or just other artists. We've got so many artists. Disclosure's a big one as well. Like they were at Coachella, and I've seen videos and they went off. Like it's amazing. So it doesn't have to be just one genre of music. They could do something completely different next year, where it's 3 days. This is going to be like, I don't know, Disclosure, dance, because we've got loads of good DJs out there. Then a hip hop and rap, and then an R&B. Like, it doesn't have to be just one type of genre. I think they've got to be completely different next year, definitely.
I think this is probably going to force them to look at things differently. I'm probably will see a change.
This is huge, man. Do you get what I'm saying? This puts them in so I think situations like this, as we know in life, bringing it back to people who might be watching, like, they force you to either grow and get better, or you can like try and be stubborn and try and say, well, we'll still continue to try and do it how we were and just make it work. But I think in a time like this, they could be really innovative. They could make a pivot and they could become a leading festival. Not say that they're not leading, but I think there's a lot of festivals now in the UK.
Yeah.
A lot of which are getting traction. Do you know what I mean? They may not be as big as Wireless yet. Some of them might be bigger even. Obviously, you know, Glastonbury's the biggest, but like, you know, Reading and Leeds is quite big, and then you know, I don't know how big like Party in the Park still is, and then you've got like, you know, what's that one that happens up north in Manchester? I always forget now, but
Greenfields?
Yeah.
No, Park Life.
Park Life, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like these are big festivals, and so I look at it and I go, Wireless, you've got competition, and you've always had competition, but you've got even more now. And it's like, okay, what can you do to feel like you've got a real USP? Do you know what I mean? So. This is deep. I like this. I've enjoyed this conversation a lot, guys. This has been really fun. Shanice, thank you so much for joining us on your first podcast appearance. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Deep topic.
yeah, man. But we've made it fun and light at the same time, so I hope people enjoyed it. Also, that bit you was just saying about the communities that have been impacted by Kanye, I'm not gonna lie, I already know that's a clip that needs to go out on LinkedIn and on the socials. That little 1 minute you were talking there, I was like, this is a cold clip. Do you get what I'm saying? I was thinking about it already. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be promo for the podcast. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, I guess this will bring us to a close. So just to say thank you so much again, Shanice.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
so
you.
much.
Thank you very much for
Thank
being
you for
here.
your time. Thank you for your inputs, your contributions, and thank you for just being yourself. We're really grateful you're a part of, you know, the role models, as we call them, which most people won't know what that is. If you know, you know. They're saying simple as that. So you're part of the role models, obviously just part of the 7PK family. Very grateful to be able to spend time with you, share space with you, have good conversation with you. So yeah, much appreciated.
No, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Definitely.
Thank
Ria,
you, guys.
any closing thoughts?
No, guys, but if any of you viewers are 16 to 24 years old and you want to be part of a network that just helps you on your personal development, professional development, and you also want to be around like-minded individuals, please see the link in the description. And yeah, other than that, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
And leave a review. I think that's good for podcasts apparently. So yeah, leave a review if you're on Spotify, Apple, whatever. Yeah.
And turn on our post notification bell so that you never miss a Daily Decisions episode. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next episode.
Much love, people.